folks, Tom here. I'm here with Sean and Clock for a dev update on 2xKO. Last month, we announced that we're revisiting our plans for Alpha Lab 2. And after that, we know you had a lot of questions. You wanted to know what we've been working on ever since our first Alpha Lab last August. So in this video, we're gonna catch you all up. We'll go over all the big gameplay changes since Alpha Lab 1 and walk you through our newest champion, Jinx, and finish off with a dev show match. First, let's talk about how Alpha Lab 2 fits into our overall development plan. Until now, the focus has been getting our core gameplay right by building and testing demos of the game at events like EVO and Combo Breaker. And your feedback here has really helped keep us on track. At this point, we're feeling pretty confident about the core game, and so we're entering
What the heck is that?
development and shifting our focus to the mountain of surrounding work that it takes to launch a really great game. This is stuff like backend servers, improving matchmaking, localization, and UI. Alpha
Oh,
Lab 2
wow, all
is
those
intended to be
languages.
a larger scale playtest on the road to launch, but as we were putting it together, we find ourselves having to make some short-term trade-offs that could end up ultimately delaying the launch of the game. So we've decided to downsize that test in the spirit of getting the full game out to everyone as soon as we can. We're still planning a large-scale playtest closer to the actual launch, and as we dial in the details, we'll continue to put the game together and keep you in the loop. Since we know you're itching for news, for the entire rest of this video, we're just gonna show you all the things we've been working on ever since
Let's
Alpha Lab
go.
1. You ready? Let's go.
All right, so I want to talk about the first of the four areas, gameplay and control simplicity. So we just received a lot of feedback that inputs felt confusing, inconsistent, and that there's actually some that overlapped and you're trying to do one thing, but you got the wrong outcome. So what we did was we took a look at the controls and the gameplay, and we simplified and consolidated a lot of these things.
Oh, look, Jinx has her own special meter for a gun. Oh.
I'm gonna start with the first one, launchers and anti-airs. So if you remember before in Alpha Lab 1, down heavy was your anti-air and down forward heavy was your launcher. And this is pretty confusing. So what we did was we made it so that just down heavy is your launcher that has anti-air properties. So go ahead and jump in.
Oh.
You're able to have a little invincibility there, and you can follow up with a combo, which is great. But this is also your launcher. So there's no more launcher plus anti-air as separate things. And you notice that some characters that
Oh my god, I love this. I hate having to do down forward for an anti-air or for like a launcher. I hate that one. Just make it 2H. Just make it a fucking 2H.
had one, or the other, they just remain with one. But characters like Darius and a few others, we actually kept that move on their kit with a different input. So this button for Darius used to be his anti-air. This is now forward and heavy, so you can still use it for pressure and combo routes and things like that.
Interesting.
I also want to talk about sweeps and overheads. So before, the input for overhead used to be forward and medium, and we got a lot of feedback that people were like, hey, I'm running after people and I'm trying to hit medium to start pressure or combo, but I'm actually using my overhead.
Make it
And
back
I feel very
medium.
good. So there are now characters that have overheads, they're now on down forward and medium. And we're trying to consolidate that, as well as sweep is down forward heavy. So anybody that has a sweep, it's on down forward heavy.
That makes
And the other
sense.
thing I want to talk about was team button simplification. Forward plus team to call your forward assist, especially out of block, was a little bit of a struggle because sometimes you would get push block and then lose a bar, and it just wasn't very intuitive with how you'd want to pressure folks. So now you just press team, that does your old forward assist. Just like before, holding back and hitting team, that does your back assist. Then you might be wondering like, well, hey, how do I do tag launcher? Because I used to press team for that. Well, we want to make it consistent and easy to remember. If down and heavy is your launcher with anti-air properties, then down and team is your tag launcher. And so those are pretty consistent now and easy to
That's
remember.
way easier.
In Alpha Lab 1, used to be able to hold forward plus team or hold back plus team to get a charge assist or a running assist. We removed that from the game except for in Sidekick Fuse, which is a new fuse I'll talk about in a bit. But the reason we removed it was it actually led to some pretty stale gameplay across all teams. Where you sit full screen, you hold forward or back plus team, you send your assist across, and you see what happens. If it hit, you handshake tag and you do a big combo. If they blocked it, you handshake tag and you do pressure. If they jump, you handshake tag and then you jump and air throw or launch or anti-air. And then they were like, well, I'm just going to hit the assist. Well, then you punch them with your point for hitting it. So on top of that, too, it actually allowed for a lot of follow-ups that we really didn't intend for. And it just started to make
It was the most annoying thing. It was just free pressure with no consequences.
it's a little bit more homogenized than we like. I'll give you an example like Darius S2 knocks you really far away, outside of the corner. But with charge assists, you could just hold it and run across the screen and follow up. And so it made a lot of the situations and outcomes pretty similar. So we're excited to separate that out a little bit. Looking at the next section, super input simplification.
There you go.
There we go. We got there. We heard a lot of feedback around down being a struggle on some peripherals in particular, but even on ones that folks were mixed about. So we removed that as the input for supers and now made it a lot easier.
Yes,
now the input
finally.
is hitting any normal plus special. So for super, you hit
Oh my god, thank fucking god. Hitting down was the stupidest fucking thing ever. I hated it so fucking much. Okay, so you can just press LM for super. Oh man, nobody's ever gonna drop a super input in their life now.
I can do S1 plus L, and that will go ahead and do the super for Darius. But you notice I can do any normal with this S1 to get that super. So I can do M plus S1. I can do S1 plus H. They all give me that S1 super.
Sean, what about S2 super?
Oh yeah, S2 super. Same thing. So you hit S2 plus any normal button. So S2 plus L gives me that S2 super. S2 plus M, same thing, and then S2 plus H. This is important for us because, one, it's a struggle, we know, to do like down on analog sticks, but two, like you might have your button set up on your peripheral in a way where one normal might be better positioned to hit with that special than a different one. So we really want you to have the best way to get these things out. And that's, so it should be pretty straightforward and easy. Also, I want to talk a little bit about ultimates. S1 plus S2, that does your ultimate now. You may have noticed just here that they cost 3 bars now. This is pretty important because we really wanted to make them feel impactful and a little bit rare. And so when you see them, they hit. We've adjusted the damage accordingly as well. And also, we also adjusted meter gain. And then I want to talk a little bit about happy birthdays. Specifically, I know some of you, myself included, may have been in Alpha Lab. You got this happy birthday, clock's 9 over here, and one of the characters falls out. And if it's their point character and they punish you while you're still doing the combo, you're like, why did they get punished for hitting both of their characters at once? What is happening here? So we reduced global hit pause and made some key adjustments to counter hit pause as well in order to remove some of those cases where the happy birthday would just drop unexpectedly. And to a similar effect, assists no longer enter the battlefield if the point champions hit before the assist lands. Those reductions actually make combos a little bit shorter and made the game feel quite a bit faster. One other thing I want to talk about here too was parry. So we heard a lot of pain around parrying a physical attack and then accidentally getting another parry afterwards, causing you to not only whiff that parry, but lose that meter and then get punched by your opponent. You're like, hey, this is a sharp reversal of fortune. Can we not do that? And so, so we took that out, of course. On physical hit, I'll go ahead and parry it. Finally, we increased input consistency in various advanced situations, like when you're double tapping and carry canceling. So folks that were using those techniques should find things a lot more consistent. We made some changes to fuses and other core gameplay systems, based on a lot of stuff that we heard. And I actually kind of wanted to talk a little bit about new fuses and Pulse. Starting a little bit with Pulse, folks had a lot of really great feedback around it. You may have seen, the message I shot out last month, talking about, hey, that fact that's not a fuse anymore, and more specifically, folks wanted to pair it with like other fuses in the game, especially when they're duoing and bringing their friend onto their team. They still wanted to use a fuse, but maybe have their friend use Pulse while they didn't use it. We actually have it as a toggle in Champ Select. Anybody can turn it on and off at that moment and try it out. So let us know what you think. So let's get into Champ Select. Luckily, it remembers the last selection. So I'll go Yasuo. I'll go Darius. So you notice here at the bottom, it says Pulse Combo. So any of us can hit this button. You see at the top, the whole Pulse icon appears, and that means that you have Pulse enabled. And just as a reminder, Pulse will let you mash light, medium, or heavy, and they'll go into like a short combo. And if you have the meter, it'll do a super. There's still like much better combos to do out there, but it's a really great start if you want to get in there and have a good time and start to learn the flow of what these characters can do.
We also
When's
made a
Lux?
small change to Pulse in which we still wanted you to be able to chain like light attacks. So you can hold back or down back and mash light, and you'll just get chainable light attacks and not the whole Pulse combo.
So I want to talk about 2 new fuses. The first one I want to talk about is Sidekick, which I'm going to have Tom and Clock pick and represent. And I'll go ahead and take Juggernaut. Fight as a single champ.
Fight as a single champion with enhanced. Oh shit, yo, I'm the Juggernaut.
With enhanced powers. We're going to talk about those powers in a second. We'll first talk about Sidekick a little bit. A lot of y'all like asked us like, hey, I want to learn this game, but I kind of want to learn in a support role. I want to like help my friend, but maybe not like be the star of the show when I really haven't like taken the time to learn the game or learn a specific character and not have all that pressure on me. So we listened.
That's really smart. That's really
we came up with
smart.
This fuse called Sidekick, where the character that you start with on point, they never switch out. However, your friend can come in and perform an assist, but they don't switch out ever there. They can also do charge assist. So you remember before I was like, hey, those are gone from the game except for Sidekick. So Tom, if you like hold the team button, see the old charge assist is back.
That's so good.
Already they're hitting that
That's so sick.
synergy. Another cool thing is, this Sidekick can actually get up to 5 bars a meter. And so I have a meter maxed out now, but you see us both with 5 bars. For Sidekick, your point character gets a little bit of a health boost along with a defensive boost once they're at 20% or less health.
30%.
30% less health. Apologies. The cool thing is that the assist can perform a super in tandem with their point character. And so let's see if you guys can do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my S2 super, Tom, and then you can just mash your Time Wander super.
We'll try.
Think.
There you go.
Wow.
Ooh,
That super is so epic.
Could have been a little.
And then
Gotta
you
see
can
that
just
again.
mash your Time Wander super.
We'll try.
There you go.
Wow.
Ooh. Could have been a little juicy there. If you notice, like Sidekick has Fury Break at the start. We used to call the combo breaker system in our game dynamic save.
It's a mouthful.
It's a lot of words, all right. And so we now just
Nah, janitor. Nah, I ain't got it like that. Not today. Actually, I probably shouldn't say this on stream, but the crack is out. If you want to play the crack is out.
call it break. When one of your champions dies, your remaining champion will get 50% of their break meter, and it will change to this new meter at the top you see called Fury Break. These two fuses, Sidekick and Solo, they actually start off with Fury because, of course, they don't have another champ. The really cool thing about Sidekick is that the assist character, the assist champion, the person using it, can actually like reduce the combo damage their point is receiving. We call it like combo softener internally, and it makes this really cool visual and sound effect. And you start to learn the timing of combos subconsciously when you're doing it, but you really feel like you can help out.
How do you do it?
So basically, you press any attack button the moment that the opponent's attack lands. So
we're gonna try it. We're gonna see you do this. The little blue glow is the softener. Ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
a little too early, but yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. They're just stealing mechanics from other games. Melty Blood has a mechanic like this where you can like press buttons to the rhythm when you're getting hit, and it'll make you take less damage. But you're essentially just mashing when you're getting hit. So in Melty Blood, you like try to do that, and then you get hit with like a big counter hit. But in this game, since your assist partner is doing it, there shouldn't be any downside. It's just all upsides. The system also exists in Mortal Kombat 11. When you get hit with a super, you can like press buttons and you'll see like a skull emoji or like I forget the other emoji is, and you can take like less damage. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
So it's actually really fun to like learn the timing and help out in that way. Again, it's just another way for someone to play a support role as a sidekick. Then I want to talk about Juggernaut. So that's the fuse that I have on my side of the screen. This fuse was one where we talked to a lot of players that let us know like, hey, I really want to get into this game, but I really want to start by just learning a single champion. I don't even want to learn another champion to call assist or help out. Just want to focus really on one specific character and like learn them to the max. And when I'm comfortable, like start to branch out. As a result, we created this Juggernaut fuse, and you literally just have one champion. You start with them. You start with two.
True, just press and minus the press. I used to do that too, but then I got counter hit so much. I was like, all right, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill out.
Meters, similar to Sidekick, there's a max of 5. You gain a health and a health boost, and you gain a defensive boost when you're at 30% or less health. You also don't have access to assists. You have access to Fury Break at the round start, similar to Sidekick. This one's interesting in that you can cast self double down, meaning you can do super into super or super into ultimate. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So we'll do this, and I can do S2 super. I did a little early, but you kind of get the idea, right? You pop it, wait for the juice to happen, maybe
Hey, Sean,
run
I
up.
noticed like you're playing as just as Yasuo, but you picked 2 champs.
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk a little about that, Clock?
Yeah, so Sidekick and Juggernaut, they're unique in that during gameplay, the point and the assists cannot switch roles. However, during pre-round agency, so when it says ready, fight, we allow in all the fuses for players to switch by holding the team button, then it could do a quick tag. That's also the same case for Juggernaut and Sidekick. So in the case of Sidekick, I'm Sean's sidekick, but maybe the next round we want to switch it up a bit. We can switch at the beginning of the round, and then I am the new point character, and then Sean is my sidekick.
Oh my god! Did y'all hear that? That's insane. So instead of like, so you can either like, oh my gosh! Instead of just picking one character, you can switch between 2. So you can pick one character that's juiced, and then like, oh, you don't like that match, you can pick between another character that's juiced. I wonder if you can switch between that's going to be complicated because usually in tournaments you can't switch if you win, but for multi-team games in tournaments like KOF, you can't switch the characters you picked, but you can switch the order if your opponent switches their characters. So in tournaments, they're gonna have to make a bunch of rules for shit like that. Because what if they just pick like a different character on the side for Juggernaut? That could be really annoying. Really annoying.
Same for Juggernaut as well. If you can pick 2 characters, you don't even have to play the second character, but you can always switch between them from.
You're gonna get fucking blown up because you can't even learn shit. Because by the time you try to learn, they're just gonna switch characters. You're gonna get fucked up so bad. It does seem really cool. Though. I'm excited for it. This is way more advanced than any other team structure or like solo character structure I've seen in the game. The closest I've seen is Skullgirls. The Skullgirls you can pick one character versus a team of 3, but there's no level after that. You just pick one character. There's no like switching, you know.
Round to round.
Say like Tom and Clock are just rocking my Yasuo, and I lose that round, but I've done a little bit of look ahead. I know they're not good against Darius, so at the start of the next round, I'll just like hold that team button and switch to Darius. But again, that round, I got only Darius.
Yeah,
you're
you're
locked
locked
in.
Darius.
Yeah.
Yep. Another mechanic that only Juggernaut gets access to, which is something we call eject. And so because the team button has no assist to call, and there's no tag launcher or another champion to tag to, just hitting team causes this eject state, which forces their.
Oh my god! I knew they were gonna do this. They stole this from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Technically, there's only 3 characters. Alex can snap back, and the 2 giants, PTX 40A and Gold Lighthand, can snap back. So they just gave the solo character snapback.
Their champion to tag to, just hitting team causes this eject state, which forces their point character out and forces that assist character in, and now that's their new point. And so you could do things like this, and there's a little bit of guess, like Clock's amazing. He got that block. Please don't gas him up too much. Like I won't be able to deal with that. But
My defense. What can I say? What can I say?
He does a good defense. But again, like Juggernaut was just something that we really wanted folks to just focus on that one character and get in there and get in the mix. And so you also notice again it starts with Fury right out the gate. And again, we'll talk a little bit about Fury later. The next thing I want to talk about was Limit Strike. So again, this is along the lines of really just enabling y'all to have some really interesting decisions in all kinds of situations at various points of the fight. One of the ways our combos work is that if you do like what we call like a major reaction, like a ground bounce or a wall bounce or a tumble, you do one of those in a combo, you don't get another one. So if you try to do another one, it just ends the combo. But now, depending on what you end the combo with, you get a little bit of a bonus on top of it. So I'll give you an example. If you end a combo after you've already done a reaction with a ground bounce, you get extra damage. If you do another wall bounce, you get extra meter. So you see extra meter bonus pops up on the bottom left. And if you do like another tumble, if I was good enough, it does a hard knockdown.
Yeah, and from that hard knockdown.
That makes sense. Because basically, there was no reason before to ever not just do the regular B&B. There was no reason to do soft resets. So now they're giving you a reason, kind of like a Marvel air. I forget what it's called in Marvel. When you do like the air tag switch thing, they give you an incentive. So they basically just stole this from Marvel. The attack, yeah. I think tag just means team aerial combo, right? I think so. But yeah, they give you a reason to attack now at the end of routes. So that way there's some interesting, like a meter gain, hard knockdown, and I forget what the other one they said was.
I can't roll forward or back, so I'm kind of stuck holding whatever mix-up they have.
Another thing I want to talk about was meter and damage decoupling. So we saw a lot of routes in Alpha Lab 1 that kind of resulted in, how do I get the hard knockdown? And hey, what is the most damage in meter I can get to get there? But in Alpha Lab 1, these things, meter and damage, weren't decoupled. So it meant a lot of the decisions around the routes that you would pursue just weren't very interesting. As a result, in this new version that you're going to play, meter and damage are now separated from one another. And attacks build up very specific amounts of meter, independent of the damage done. And this just allows you to choose hey, do I want to pick a specific route for damage, or do this other route that might do less damage, but maybe gives me more meter, or even positioning as well.
Yeah, so this combined with the limit strike system, we really want to give players a lot of decision making within their combos based on.
Yeah, I keep trying to make it so you don't just do the same combo for every situation. I don't know how well it's realistically going to work out, because usually people always find optimal combo, hard knockdown paths. I don't think it's really going to work out long term.
How they start based on how they want to end, and their champions and how they can capitalize off of these different enders.
Exactly. And Clock talked a little bit about hard knockdown, limiting some options. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that. We actually gave you some options when you get knocked down, so that you're not just stuck there and having to just guess for your life all the time over and over again, and literally just stuck in the forever vortex off of everything. So when we knock you down, actually let me use a different one.
You can sweep me.
Okay, I'll just sweep you. You have a bunch of options now. So you can hold forward.
Roll. It's probably gonna be roll, but it has throw vulnerability.
And roll forward. And this, as you saw, this does go through you, and this can be a way to get you out the corner. You can also hold backwards and roll back. And then you still can
left time,
use your
baby.
get up attack as well.
Oh, sorry, I was holding that. There you go. All right.
And that's just holding S1 or S2.
Yeah, and we've also made a change to the get-up attack in that it breaks armor now, so you can't just blow through get-up attacks with armor.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have armor anymore?
A lot
That's
of,
crazy.
Folks just really reduce all the decisions on Wake Up just by getting some ice on Brahm's shield and doing an armored swing, and even beating get-up attack was pretty rough. I want to talk a little bit about assist speed as well. And so some of the assists in our game were just flying in way too quick. They just instantly appear, Darius Shoulder, Echo Chrono Strike, Ari Spirit Rush. It was right away. There was no reaction time whatsoever. And so we slowed it down a little bit. So the assist that comes in, it went from 10 frames to 15 frames, and just allowing for a little bit more interaction as well. So I was even able to I wouldn't have been able to block that before. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, so let's talk about the feedback surrounding.
That's pretty interesting. You're not gonna react to 15 frames. I think the problem with having a 10 frames was that though, people could thought resist, and it's not even that you couldn't react to it. It's that it would punish you. So if something's instant and it's 10 frames, you can punish somebody whiffing a button from half screen away. That was the real problem. And then they would just instantly tag and then get a full combo. So I guess that's what they're trying to nerf. People just throwing out random assists while full screen away and getting pure profit.
Player agency. We heard that most players didn't mind making mistakes, but did mind when they frequently found themselves in zero agency states for long periods of time. So we've been working on some changes designed to increase the fun uptime and reduce the amount of time you spend trapped in the corner, getting comboed, etc., etc. So first up, let's talk about dynamic save. We're now calling dynamic save break. And
Thank you.
Yeah, the hitbox now gets bigger over time, and then blocking break is easier to combo from. So yeah. Hey. You also get 50% break meter after a champion dies. Why? Well, we saw and heard that how hard it was to make a comeback. So even when folks were evenly skilled, it's hard to make a comeback. As a result, we removed Fury as a fuse and now have a new system called Fury Break. It shows up in some of the new fuses. So when a champion dies, you gain 50% break meter and becomes Fury Break, which gives you a 25% damage boost and a 25% damage reduction. You can activate this the same way as you activate.
That's probably a good decision. Fury didn't do anything. It's supposed to be a damage boost, but everybody does 50% damage anyway. So when you pick Fury, you were getting no additional benefits, and now you're doing 70% damage. Like, who cares, right?
Activate break by pressing, S1 or S2 plus the team button. Of course, if you're playing duos, then your duo does that for you. There are several types of Fury break activation. So Sean's doing it offensively. So, you do it in the middle of a combo. It does a wall bounce.
Oh my God, they stole this. They stole offensive bursting. You can offensively burst now, like you can in Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. That's actually the one thing that I love from that game so much. You have defensive burst like you do in Guilty Gear. In most games, you knock somebody off you. There's no meter burst where you gain a meter, but in that game, you can whiff burst and you get like a power boost and you get a passive health gain. I don't know if they give you a passive health gain in this game, but that's still pretty cool.
And you get, it allows for follow-up. So, you can end your combo with it to increase your damage or do it at the beginning of the combo to increase your damage. The bonuses that you get, so like the damage reduction and the damage boost, it allows for 10 seconds when you do it offensively. Similarly, if you do it defensively, you get those same bonuses. So you can Fury Break here. Yeah. So similarly, Sean has Fury Break activated right now, also lasts 10 seconds. The big difference is that if he does it in neutral, so if he doesn't do it offensively or defensively, just does it in neutral, the bonus actually lasts for 20 seconds. So, we want
20 seconds?
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
But, that means you can't use it in a combo, and that also means you can't use it to save yourself. So
Yeah.
that's the sort of trade-off.
Sure.
One of the great things about Fury Break is when you're in that Fury state, you can dash cancel, and it removes 5 seconds off the clock. So after your remaining time, rather. And so I'll go ahead and show you. I have it on. You can dash cancel any special or normal, as long as you have it left on hit or block, which is really powerful.
That's wild. You gonna
I'll
cancel
show you,
DP?
some fun stuff. Let's see if clock can block this.
Oh my.
So.
I would have blocked the second part.
I mean, there's a lot of would'ves. No, he would have blocked it. So it's kind of the idea of like, hey, you're in this Fury state. It's still similar. We call it Fury Break. It's still similar. Like it works like a combo breaker. You can still like get them off of you and have a little bit of time. But hey, if you want to use this thing offensively, if you want to like pressure, like if you just block, like, sorry if I do this. They're stuck there for a second. So like they have to guess now. Like, and then. Ooh. And so there's a lot of pressure that can be had. What it is when it comes down to Fury and Fury Break, I know again we showed like Juggernaut and Sidekick, and they start with it on because they only have those single champions up front. But in any other fuse like Double Down, 2x assist, Freestyle, once your first champion dies, just remember you get that 50% Fury Break meter, and Fury Break is on. It's ready to go. Like once you decide to use it.
Cool, so let's talk about push block. We got a lot of feedback in Alpha Lab 1 that push block was just not available enough. It cost 1 bar, so the cost was pretty steep. And also, if you didn't have any meter, then you were just stuck and you couldn't push block at all. So now it no longer costs a bar of super meter. Now it's performed by pressing the team button while you are blocking. And if you are the assist, then the assist is the one responsible for the push block. Internally we call this push assist. So this shares a cooldown with your assist. And it also allows you to handshake tag after a successful push assist. So, it's much more available now. You have to make a choice between, calling your assist and offensive pressure versus defense. And if you're playing with a duo, your duo is responsible for protecting you from pressure. So, yeah, Tom, you got to help me out here when it comes to getting Sean off of me.
All right, let's see.
Hey. Yeah, and then I can kind of keep the party going.
So AirTech, we saw a lot of combos which were not, real combos during Alpha Lab 1 since folks were not AirTeching, and holding a normal attack button while getting comboed was just really unintuitive. So we decided for not, real combos during Alpha Lab 1 since folks were not AirTeching, and holding a
back, right?
Yeah.
Can't I just like juggle you there like for a long time?
So what we've done to combat that is you can opt out of the automatic AirTech by holding down.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we want to prevent any sort of like checkmate situations and give you another option to protect against offense. But of course, if I'm holding down and Sean knows I'm holding down, he can just like launch me again or something, He can just keep hitting me. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. So not a real combo, but that's the sort of trade-off between air teching and iron.
It's pretty cool. That's
We do
pretty
take
cool.
those though. We do take those.
So, OTG changes in Alpha Lab 1, we heard a lot of feedback that, it was pretty boring to end like a combo with an OTG, which in Alpha Lab 1, it forced the back roll, and then it really put you, at your opponent's mercy to their wake-up games, right? So now when you do a weak OTG on the ground, we give you the same suite of get-up actions as we do for other knockdowns. Yeah, I can roll back. And I can do my get-up attack.
Another one that we focused on was reducing combo length. Combos were too long or felt too long. We made a lot of adjustments with the goal of just like shortening them and the feel in general. So for one, you can no longer call assists after a tag launcher. And you can also no longer tag after performing a double down super or supers with both champions in one combo. As an example, in Alpha Lab 1, we were seeing combos with multiple double downs in them, and it was taking a very long time. We also reduce hit pause across the board, which we talked about a little earlier, but this really makes combos feel a lot shorter. It also makes the game feel a little bit faster as well. I also want to talk a little bit about red health regeneration. There were a lot of games where like a champion would get damaged with a lot of remaining red health, and then once that red goes away, you see that gray there, and that gray is what actually heals up. People would just literally run away for a really long time, and a big factor in this was not just how easy it was to run away, but mainly just how long it took for that health to regenerate. We made it regenerate at a speed which just allows players to get back into the action faster and make a decision where it's like, hey, like this player's gonna come online pretty soon. Like let me get back out there. And then I want to talk a little bit about dead assists. Dead assists? What are you talking about? Well, a big change we made is really allowing you to use your assists after they've been KO'd. You see Echo off screen only has 2 bars. So even though Echo's KO'd, Tom can still do assists, can do super assists. So he's still very much in the action. And we've actually just found that a lot more fun. And when you combine that with him being able to like push block with the team button, there's a lot to do, even if you accidentally get KO'd early. Or are you going to go ahead and use this super assist? You're going to use it now and clutch out the round? You're going to waste it, and then your teammate's going to be like, oh my God, you should have saved it for the next round. Now that's your decision. That's you, and then that fight is yours to fight with your teammate as well. We still want there to be some counterplay, so like I said before, Tom, if you call your assist out, yep, and you'll notice like, that's a 7-second cooldown, and it's a long time, and so you can, get your window back to try to turn the tides there.
Finally,
7
we
seconds,
felt
that's
like
pretty
super
long.
jumps were
Pretty
too predictable and also received similar feedback in that vein. So as a result, we allow you to hold forward, back, or down to drift in these directions for a super jump, allowing you to keep your opponent guessing and have a bit more freedom in how you navigate a number of situations. So this is my regular super jump right here, right? I can get that same distance and like hold it back. You can also hold down when you super jump to sort of, affect the angle that much more. So we just wanted to give you, a little bit more agency over your jump arc with super jumps. Yeah, we had a lot of work that we wanted to do in order to improve clarity and excitement, whether you're playing or spectating. This also lined up with a ton of feedback that you all provided us around experiences with both. One note we heard was sometimes in a match, champions were too close together and it was pretty hard to tell what was happening. So as a result, we increased the collision pill size so that now they are more visually separated during combat. Assist cooldown. So we heard from you all that the location for the assist cooldown timer was too far from the action. So you centralize this around the match timer. That way it's easier to see in the middle than it is on the sides of the screen where it was before. Another thing that we heard, wall bounces were really fast and hard to follow up on. So we changed the animation for it and slowed it down a bit to make for easier combos. So here, I'm gonna jump up so you can combo me. Yeah, and so, Jinx right here is falling, much slower than she would have in Alpha Lab 1, so it just makes it a lot easier to follow up on. So handshake tag, we received a lot of feedback that handshake tag, while your assist was getting hit, was not only confusing, but frustrating as well, so we just took that functionality out. So, Tom, maybe... Yeah. Tom, you come, yeah, and then I'm gonna try to handshake tag and I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So get hit one more time.
Yeah, that always faults.
Yeah. So I'm
There's some situations where it would hit somebody and it just wouldn't matter. Like you could just hit somebody and it wouldn't matter because it would just tag.
trying to handshake tag and I can't.
Nash. Oh my God.
So bad block indicators. So we heard that sometimes it's really hard to understand how you got opened up, especially in hectic, heat of the moment battles. So we decided to add an indicator for incorrect blocking. So for example, I'm going to be blocking low here, and Sean's going to hit me high.
Let me just stand. Let me hit you with the normal low, just so you can see the difference.
Got it.
So just stand there.
Yeah. So that's me getting hit normally, and then this is me, blocking high. Hey.
See the yellow shards coming off.
Yeah. And same thing with overheads. And you can see here that we've actually, the colors are a bit more striking, whether it's high or low, so that you can tell the difference between getting hit high or low. So you'll know exactly why you got hit, and you'll be able to defend against those situations in the future. So celebrating outplays. Finally,
you just make them different colors.
We want to make sure that everyone in and out of the game knows it, and the height matches and skill required to reach this moment. So now a successful physical parry. We put some presentation on it. So we've slowed it down. Yeah, first try. Very, very rare moment. We put some presentation on it. We added some time dilation and and we want to make sure that the effects weren't covering up the champs as well. So clarity and presentation. Similarly, we've added new presentation on the moment when you punish a retreating guard. Let me block high and then. Okay, so as you can see, we have some, we're slowing down for additional hit pause as well. Some of the effects were, we consider this a big outplay moment.
Yeah, it's also pretty cool since you have a little bit more time to hit confirm and see what you want to do if you like it. Yeah. So I'll show you. Go to block. So I can call Darius and do something special there. There we go. Yeah, we got there.
Yeah, so it's presentation, clarity, but also gives you a bit more time to hit confirm.
As you guys have seen, like Jinx is our newest champion. We are super excited. She is our take on a zoner character. It's really important that we have a broad variety of archetypes, and this is our first true sort of keep you out and frustrate you character. She's like a genius inventor. She's created all these gadgets, and she uses them to fight and keep you at bay and frustrate you. She's all about disruption, chaos, explosions, and just has a lot of fun doing it. And her game plan is basically to kind of fill the screen with garbage and stay one step ahead of you, frustrate you, confuse you, and just take you down that way.
God, I love her. Her taunts are so good. I'll start with her normals. She's got a little light, medium, heavy, and she's got her little crouch light, medium, heavy. Her down forward light's a little slide, get some distance. And then
she's got the RoboKai slide.
A running medium attack, which is the low, and you can combo off of it, which is really cool. So she can go in. She's not just keep you out forever. You might want to pick your spots to go in. So she medium attack, which is the low, and you can combo off of it.
Why did they add this one?
Which is really cool. So she can go in. She's not just keep you out forever. You might want to pick your spots to go in. She's also got down forward heavy, which is an overhead, and she can combo off of it and do some stuff there. But yeah, she's got a couple things here, and one thing I want to call out too is her M's all use her Zapper, and that will actually come into play with how it interacts with her kit, which I'll go over in a second. I want to talk about her specials. So she's bringing out Pow Pow, and she's shooting that machine gun. The cool thing is, as you saw, mine only did 6 hits, but Clock's did 12. It's because you can hold it. So if you just want to hold it and grind it out, you can, which is really fun. You can also hold up to extend it. And so you can hold it and then hold up and hold it, and you can get 20 hits out of this thing, which is pretty fun. We'll talk about that's a really cool point as well. One of Jinx's unique abilities is that she can cancel her S1s into her S2. And so her S2 is missile, and she can cancel this on hit or block into missile. You can lift them up and then cancel into a missile and things like that. So she does have a lot of opportunities to use both her S1 or S2 specials together. Talking a little bit, she has a back S1, which is a nice little anti-air spread, which again, you can combo this into missile when they jump in and try to follow up, which is really cool. She's got an air S1, so she's grinding it out mid-air, which is really cool as well. And you can again combo that into missile. So I'll go ahead and just show you real quick. You can cancel it right away. So that is unique to her. All right, let's talk about her S2 specials. So that's her rocket. She's shooting that out of her awesome weapon, Fishbones. You can shoot one on the ground. You can shoot it in the air. You can also hold it, which takes a second to come out, but then it flies out really fast. She can also shoot it down while she's in the air. And this hits you. It also hits OTG, so you can do some cool, fun stuff with that. She's also got down S2, which is a rocket jump. She can hit down, down forward, or down back. So it's a really unique movement option that she can act out of. And it also hits OTG, so you can find some fun stuff with that. And then she has a back S2. So you might notice this meter just above the super bars with her zapper. When it's full, you hit back S2, she shoots a zapper projectile, and this thing lights you up, electrifies you, and you get a free follow-up. I know you're trying to go for that zapper combo.
Yeah.
Look, we definitely got that on tape, all right? Also, I want to talk a lot about like her traps and how her kind of kit like revolves around and interacts with them. So the first thing is she's got chompers. You do this with forward S1, and you tap it, and it has this little patrol of like front, back, and then after a bit of time, it explodes. Again, for counterplay, if you hit her or she blocks, like it goes away. You can also just knock that thing away with projectiles or attacks, and it'll disappear. Then she can also hold forward S1 and throw the chomper, and that's actually really cool. You notice the eyes are completely off when she's throwing it, is not active. So go ahead and throw it at me, Clock. So even though it hit me, it's still on the ground active. But then once it's active, if it touches you, it's gonna lock on. It's gonna explode.
It's always
after
really
a little bit of
cool.
time.
Oh, really cool.
So the name of the game is like, do you put it out? But then do you use your buttons in really cool ways to get it over to the opponent, right? And so you know, like when you look at this like Crouch M or you look at this S1, there's a lot of ways you can interact with chompers. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. That's actually ridiculous.
You can also swat it around with a hammer or a heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. And so, and another really cool thing too is
That's
her
crazy.
sis. Speaking of chompers, you know, when you do a team that calls chompers, and you notice it attaches on block even, and they have to like, you can parry the explosion, but it's something they really have to pay attention to. And then of course her back assist is her S2. Was that a parry attempt that I just saw there?
Maybe.
That's yeah. Okay, let's see. We're gonna give you a chance. Okay, we got there. That's like one of her little traps. Another one is monkey. So you do this with down S1, and she puts this monkey out, and it'll go across the screen. And once it reaches the champion, it explodes, the enemy champion. However, you can hit the down S1 again, and she can raise or lower the height, which is really fun. And as Tom mentioned before, hey, hitting the chompers with like, you know, her specials and normals, you can do the same thing with monkey as well. You can smack it. They kind of bounce into each other. And then like you could do stuff like this. Here, I'll go ahead and reset it to the middle. So just don't move. Sorry. So don't move at all. So you can do stuff like this. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can try it. Just a second.
Ooh,
So-
cross up monkey.
So there's a lot of really clever things you can do with it, like, and it really depends on your timing and how you execute there. But another cool thing that you can do with the monkey is that you can actually charge it with your zapper, and so that's your zapper special, you know, under with the bar at the bottom of the screen, but also your M button. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if you hit it, it actually like gets charged, it goes faster, and then it's gonna like quickly electrify them. You get a combo afterwards, which is really fun. And same if you do this with the zapper, and maybe that hits, maybe it doesn't. You know, we'll see if you can time it better than I can. But again, this one's a little interesting. That's really durable projectile. So if you just you hit it with a normal attack, it'll kill it. But try to shoot rockets at it. Yeah, so the projectiles just push it back really, and so that's one of the strengths compared to chompers, which just gets destroyed by everything. And so I want to talk a little bit about her supers. So her S1 super, which you remember, it's S1 plus any normal. So we're gonna do S1 and L. She puts this big rocket in there, and a bunch of fireworks occur. So a really cool thing you can do is
damn, it rains
you
down.
can just like run up and do like light, medium, heavy, hold S1, up S1, and then do her S1 super and get that rocket going. And this is a really fun super because if you can get them in the sweet spot of the explosions, it does a ton of damage. Also, you know, it's good to catch jumpers. And another thing I want to talk about a little bit as well is her S2 super. So this one is she takes that zapper and charges it and shoots a big beam. It doesn't do as much damage as the fireworks and the
Mega
sweet spot,
Blaster.
but it's great for killing assists, and hitting like multiple people at once. Also, once you activate it, after the activation, you can hold up and angle it upwards. So you can do it, and if someone tries to jump, you can react during that freeze. You can also shoot it straight in the air or straight down, as Clock showed. And we'll see if we can get this guy going.
It's so easy.
I'm just really bad at this game. Jesus. There we go. I was doing the wrong one. I was doing S1. And so yeah, you can shoot that down. You can shoot it straight. See, he tried to parry. Oh, let's see if we can parry this thing. Hold on. Let's see if we can parry this. Let's hit. Oh, you do hate to see a misplay. You do hate to see a misplay, but we like the attempt. If y'all can parry that, send me a clip. Send us all a clip. We want to see it. And you better not whiff at the end either. It has to be like a parry and a punish. That aside, though, there's a lot of, as you can see, there's a lot of utility with the beam. You have S1 plus S2, which is her ult. This is one of my favorites. It's really sick. So she hits this button, lets it rip.
Super Mega
and
Death.
this thing comes down and explodes.
Super Mega
does a lot
Death
of
Rocket
damage.
Monkey Cannon.
The really cool thing is it kind of tracks the opponent's location a little bit, and that Super Mega Death Rocket will land like right in front of them. But also, its height doesn't change. So if like they're in the air, it will hit them in the air as it's falling, which is really cool. We'll see if we can maybe manufacture that. Hit that button. Man. Yeah, so you see it brought Clock down, which is really cool as well. And yeah, I showed you a little bit of the assists. I do want to show you the super assist, which is pretty cool. So she shoots a big spread.
Oh, shit.
And you know, some of our super
What the
assists, they do look like existing supers in the game. But you know
That's
sometimes we
crazy.
want to be a little bit different. And you know, we're definitely experimenting with a lot of different shapes here. 'Cause it's a pretty fun moment when you come back and the assist helps and gets through it. And so I'll go ahead and reset. We'll go ahead and set the health so I can show you a little bit about like a couple combos, maybe just to kind of like get the juices flowing. I'll go ahead and start with a really fun one that uses a couple of her traps. So you can throw the chompers out, throw this out, zap, wait for it to explode, throw it out, hit the beam. Let's see if I timed it right. Oh, I messed it up. I did double down. I was mashing.
It takes a bit more precision.
It
than
does
that.
take a little bit more precision. I do have the double down. We'll give it one more try and we'll see if we can do it. Let's see if we can try it. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do this. That. Wait for the chompers to explode. Throw it. Beam. Is that gonna hit?
Oh, you got it.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Too soon?
I did it too early, but you get the
Show
idea.
some basic stuff?
Yeah.
What are some bread and butters?
Yeah, absolutely. So one cool thing you can do is like I said before, down forward heavy is her overhead, and you can do something like that where you can do a rocket jump, immediately like cancel that into her air S1, and then go right into the laser.
Yeah, one of the bread and butters I use is just sort of like a mid-screen combo that I showed earlier, which is into. Oh, wrong super.
This is cool. I'm not like a Helda zoner though. I don't want to do all this work.
But you
It's
can
like
do
too
it because
annoying.
your zapper's charged.
Oh yeah. Let me go. Yeah. So it's just like light, medium, heavy, full hold, cancel on a rocket, zap.
Into zap,
If I was
yeah.
a little quicker, should we get the full? Oh, we got the full. We get the full. Let's see you do it.
I'm gonna aim it up.
There you go. That's nice. I'll go ahead and like the one I think is the most fun is really just like light, medium, heavy. Hold this, lift it up, and then do the fireworks. The cool thing is you can start setting up. So I'm putting a monkey out. I'm throwing a chompers, and there's like already stuff coming at him on the screen. Yo, how dare you hit that thing down?
I get it
That's
outta here.
disrespectful.
Not monkey.
Let me go ahead and I want to show you like two more really fun combos again, just to kind of get the juices flowing. These are pretty hard. They took me some time to practice. I didn't make these up. Shout out to the team that made them up. So one of the things I want to show off was this unique normal she has, back heavy. And this is cool because it puts her airborne. So you can shoot a missile right after it. And you can do a lot of really cool stuff after it. So I want to kind of show you one thing that's cool, and we'll see if we can get it here.
That's actually cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's
There
actually
we go.
cool.
There we go.
Very nice.
How you use her normals in conjunction with all of her traps is just what really like makes her fun, you know, to a lot of us, and we're excited to see y'all like dig into it. I'll leave you off with just one more. This one's like pretty hard for me, and so I'm gonna need a lot of tries. I'm gonna need some cheering from y'all to see if we can get this.
I believe in you, Sean.
This one I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna try to use Darius assist and use some traps here. So we'll see how it goes. All right, that didn't get there.
Oh my God.
We did it. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I'm glad I got
lie.
that. I'm glad I got that. I'm sweating a little bit. You know, shouts to the team. Loving how Jinx looks. There's just so many crazy interactions that you all can come up with here, and we can't wait to see you just like really break it open.
So should we like play some matches?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Play some matches.
Yeah, I was figuring we could actually do this in the new ranked lobby that we're cooking up. Everything we've run through today and more will be available in Alpha Lab 2. That playtest is going to run from April 18th to 20th in the United States, Canada, and Brazil. We really want to know how these changes are landing for you compared to Alpha Lab 1, so be sure to tell us what you think if you're invited. As we continue to put together this game and understand our path to launch, we'll be sure to keep you in the loop. So stay tuned for updates when we're ready. Can't say exactly when that will be, but I promise we're going to keep you guys well informed as we understand more. For now, let's go to those show matches, huh?
Let's go.
All right, thanks.
There better not be rules to this.
I wander, but you are lost.
Ready! Let's go!
Stand down.
That was a cool ass throw animation. What the hell? I love this character. Oh my god. I want another zoner though. I want like Vex or like a different zoner. It's more traditional. Add help to the game will be good. Add help though. All this is cool, but it takes like 50 minutes to set up the Jinx.
Until I shoot him. Then they can.
Time to throw down. Yeah.
We hold the weak. Starting now.
Too many guns? More like not enough arms. Ready! Let's go! Here!
I guess it's gonna be like the first set of like DLC costumes. Beach mode. That's pretty cute. Beach colors. It's gonna be a million costumes. I already know it.
Ready! Let's go!
The font is so dark, I can't see what the thing says on the Jinx and Echo side. I think it says sidekick, but it's too dark to see. Yeah, it looks cute, but I don't know if this is like the zoner for me. I feel like it takes too long to set up, dude. I want to say the zoner. I'm definitely gonna play her though. Honestly, Darius looks like my guy.
Hubris fell with the weight of an axe. Darius wins! Shooting them won't solve my problems.
Oh, I want to see the Alawi setup. Want to see the Alawi tech?
Let's go!
Why that's so just like Smoke from Mortal Kombat? I want to see Cool Alawi something. Come on, Cool Alawi. These matches are good, right? This game is pretty. Not as fun. It's way more fun to play than it is to watch. It's still kind of fun to watch. Looks like Echo's still unblockable. Let's go. Nah, this is not either. It's just a gameplay video. The devs released an hour-long video explaining all the changes and the game. And it they did announce inside this video there is a gameplay video coming out. There's another beta coming out from April 18th to 20th. So you gotta wait like a little bit longer. It's tonight's small. Yeah, they just released this today. It's probably like 20 minutes worth of gameplay. And then like there's a new assist, like a new Juggernaut assist where you can play as like what do you call it? Like a solo dolo. They removed the auto combo assist. And there's a new fuse where you can basically like the point character stays in, but the side character never comes in. It's like a permanent assist. So it's basically like a whole bunch of information of the game and stuff like that. Alright, so that's the video. It was like 57 minutes worth of news.